Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and StarCraft 2, the largest contests in the history of esports among the national teams. World Electronic Sports Games, the World Championship with the total prize pool of $4.5 million US. Registration for Europe and CIS regions is open. The finals will be held from October 6 to 9 in Kiev, Ukraine. Win your slot in the finals of the World Championship. Register right now.
Welcome back to our EGB versus G2A show match. Of course, we witnessed the first map of Cash, and to be honest, EGB were actually fairly dominating. You have to take into account the pistol went to GTA the first one, and then the second they lost, but they won the follow-up round and got both timed a sort of economy boost at the beginning. Then they get 8 rounds. You have to sort of say, yeah, didn't really go too well for them.
Yeah, it did all kind of crumble, and of course there were a couple of real huge clutches being made with M4s and such, 1 versus 3s, 1 versus 4s here and there. So overall, a bit of a
as well.
Yeah, an ace coming out the back. Yeah, Pinky certainly stepping up Fusion, bringing something different. It has been a bit of an entertaining match. I don't think that is certainly with its merits. We've had a couple of nades gone awry, a couple of smoke grenades going a bit all over the place. And one thing is for certain, Rathalos delivering some entertaining moments for us.
Yes.
Yeah. G2A. It's a pretty big match for them. It's going to be a kind of groundbreaking for the office water room talk.
Well, it's basically the difference between being the best sponsor or second best sponsor.
That's a pretty big difference. You want to be the kind of the title sponsor right up in there, being the first headline on the banner.
Loud and proud or behind.
Yeah.
Either way, we are going to be looking into what happens on overpass. Now, different map basis. Of course, the last one came a lot down to aim, and now we're looking towards that sort of strategy base. Of course, in terms of these teams, you do have to wonder whether or not there will be any strategy base.
I was hoping you'd be honest and go down that trail of thought. I was, as much as I want to have some belief, it really is pretty non-existent at this point. I do think that there could be a little bit of a premise of the CT side in terms of trying to hold some angles here and there. What we're actually probably going to be seeing, though, is who can hit the better shots.
So what we're going to see is a tragedy.
Yeah. It's all about just making it work.
Yeah, they've got to take the right steps.
Yeah, it's all about just one step forward at a time, foot by foot, frag by frag, round by round. Well, we are going to be kicking things off with our pistol round. G2A on the CT side of things, EGB over on that T side. In terms of buys, we are seeing a set of 4 Kevlar, of course, for the T side, with a bit of utility being invested, including the Molotov on Postman Pat himself. G2A on the other, also a bit similar, though a little bit more heavier on the utility. Actually going to be opting 2 plays this time around, as a couple of shots will be extended. They won't quite connect for anything just yet.
Yeah, 2 utility players, still no kit, which is a bit of an intriguing purchase. It means if the bomb goes down, 10 seconds will be the defuse time. Hindu will start things off with a kill onto H, and looking now to what the T's actually have to do here. A quick rotation is coming from the G2A side, as leaving 1 player on the B side seems to be the avenue they've gone for. It does mean that the rotation is definitely available at the moment, and well, you have to look towards these CTs. They look like they're over-rotating now, even going back in the other direction, not knowing where to go. And what this has meant is that they've actually lost the A site, even though they read things nicely. Communication seems to be lacking. Maybe a bit of a problem in their business model if they're unable to communicate properly. And clearly, EGB have that down to a T.
Well, communication going to be on par. They storm ahead with a very decisive pistol round. And now they really are going to be coming up trumps with the second follow-up as well. And kind of looking to see if they do just opt for quite a lot of SMGs. And we already are seeing a good chunk be purchased, UMP and such. Kind of just waiting to see if basically H just buy anything or not, or if he does save for the AWP, which thankfully he's going to be going back towards the more normal approach in terms of a professional match standpoint, where he keeps himself some money in the bank to aim for the AWP in the later round portion. Looking towards G2A on the flip side, just these pistols. And well, so far, not so good.
Yeah, not looking like they're investing too much into this. Clearly saving up for their buy, which could have some extra nades. Hindu is the only one with anything left in this round. The P250 onto free. Not even going to do too much in the end. And while now Hindu trying to do some damage towards the final closing moments, but it will not be the case. What it means is H will be able to save the MP7, so no weaponry lost, only the armor onto post, and well, he's going to get his weapon back ready for this eco scenario.
A good opportunity for more money to be made for EGBers. One thing is for certain, they're big fans of filling up those coffers and get themselves in terms of just longevity. Or longevity, should I say, going into this one if we want to get pronunciation on point. Of course, one thing that should be on point is the utility usage, which has been, as we mentioned right from the get-go, a bit rough. A couple of flashes will be popped, but none of them actually really going to be doing anything at all. So it will enable a bit more damage to be inflicted as 2 frags to be found by the CT side, looking to claim themselves a couple more. H is relatively low, so there's always an opportunity. Is Pinky actually now 3 HP, will be able to drop the bomb. Free still being able to do quite a lot of work. Or eventually Rathlos flies on in and does the damage for him with that SMG.
Yeah, more interestingly, as it was only SMG saved, so any other more valuable weaponry, armor and such has all been lost. And, well, it means that it's quite a hefty rebuy coming in for the T side, which does give G2A that potential to bounce straight back. The only problem is in the last map, most of their rounds came off the back of pistol rounds, so now we get to see whether or not EGB are just going to run over them altogether. We have the AWP onto free, and on the other side of things, it is flat rifles along with a hell of a lot of utility.
Well, it's a good chance as Hindu is going to be looking for something, finds himself completely flashed. So, just going to stare away as he does get blinded and eventually handing over a frag as free. Will find himself a quick trade with the AWP on towards H. So he looks to really utilize the range that he can pull off. So, a 4 versus 4 certainly going to be on the cards. G2A are we're looking to find this round as it would be, well, a rather good tone for them when it comes down to clawing things already backed into their faders. Well, 1 round at the start. It's better than 0, frankly put. Static, going to be just walking up 3 along, looking to force a pick into the hands of free. But the smoke for now is going to be just buying him a little bit more time.
Yeah, looking for the T's now. They're about to hit this A site and they're about to hit it hard. Free, he has a gap in that smoke but doesn't actually utilize it. Raf, on the other hand, has managed to do the work, and the repeat from Free works nicely. Pinky will be able to trade 1 back, however, but now we have to look towards the timing. The nades will do damage and the peak does come out, but Free still finds one in the meantime, and no ace for you this time, Pinky. He'll get 3, but it's still a round loss for EGB.
G2A, they've got themselves on the board, they've won up themselves. How far are they willing to take this one? Are they going to be going for the home run, take it to 3, and from there really start to build into this first half, as they do have a good chunk to play with. Still got those rifles for the most part in play. Of course, on the flip side, EGB not out of the woods just yet, and one most notably, Rathlos, he's gone for the best weapon in the game.
The Pro 90, the P90, the spray and pray, the maybe your cray. He will be running and gunning, and then he'll be done in this round. Raf quickly peeks out, takes the first frag, but it will be quickly traded out by Postman Pat. Raf looking for the Pro 90. Will he just run and go 90? Hasn't actually found anything just yet. It is Pinky to trade the frag, and while Post and Pinky combining in this round, looking to reset that CT economy. H will be spraying away as well, but not finding anything just yet, and it is just Post really going off in this round. Finds himself a 3rd kill. Piku is going to look to try and trade something back, but H takes the steps necessary to win the round.
Post has a lot of pent-up energy from working in the mailroom every single day, but so much energy and kind of just almost aggression into getting it done that he's wanting to release it.
Frags.
Yeah, he's been looking for something just to kind of let it all out, let it pop off in a nice manner, and turns out Counter-Strike is his game. So, done a good job in that round. Going to be looking to repeat a similar success, and the most important thing about that round is G2A, well, their economy has just been completely gutted.
Yeah, they need some people to go and buy some more cheap games so that they can get their economy back and rolling again. Of course, G2A is cheap as duck. No idea what that's implying, by the way.
Yeah, it's as cheap as duck. Well, how much is duck nowadays?
I thought duck was actually quite expensive.
Duck's a pretty expensive meat.
As a meat, duck is actually like one of the pricier. Obviously, it's not on like some of the higher levels, like maybe specially reared cows or maybe even horse meat after the scandals. But yeah, no, I thought duck was pretty expensive, but maybe they were trying to imply
the fact
something
that
else.
Rathlos just got a 4K is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think we should just move away from that because that's horrific.
Wow, Rathlos, he put a lot of work into that. He's been working
He
his
put a
arse
lot
off
of
to make
spraying into that.
Yeah, it was some serious business.
He had to invest a lot of money in bullets.
He's been training his left finger to make it work, so he could really just press the trigger at the right time.
He actually just dropped a $2,350 SMG.
Yeah. Why not?
All right, money bags.
He's loving it right now.
EGB clearly doing quite well.
EGB making himself some sweet skriller and utilising it in this game so far, as it will be Raf to find himself a shot.
He deserved to die there.
You don't say someone deserved to die. That's a bit brutal.
He deserved it.
Doesn't matter.
I think Hitler did as well.
That's a topic that I'm just going to really slide on past. That is very much a bit of a grey area of things to mention, so I'm just going to let that be. As Static going to find himself that frag. Hindu will return one back in favour, but it still is him in a 1 versus 3, so the favour not really extending too far as Post is going to push on up, allowing Hindu just another frag. And gotta say, EGB, if you let him clutch this by pushing him, I'm just going to leave. Because this is becoming a bit ridiculous at this point. Hindu now going to be looking for one more frag. Thankfully, Tatic will do what is supposed to have been done a good 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, we are going to wait for now. The buy coming back onto that CT side. Doesn't even seem like they'll be able to do it in this one as well. I am looking to see what they can do with the pistols.
Yeah, they could potentially try and just push up close and personal. Maybe isolate a couple of players here and there, do some damage. But at the same time, it wouldn't really be kind of too ideal for EGB to let that one happen. So they are going to be just almost going for the counterplay element, just holding angles ever so patiently. Rathalos actually going to be just hunting down Hindu, as opposed to actually going to be stealing that one away from him. Just really utilising all of that energy to make it work. As G2A now left with 3 men left standing. Still, just these pistols not going to be making any damage at all onto their opposition. So they will just be at least trying to squeeze something out.
Yeah, not really doing too much so far. Postman delivers another hefty headshot, and I do wonder if because his name's Post-Human.
Yeah.
So that means he's not human, he's after human. So
He's just evolved into a whole new level of being to get better at his job at delivering post. It's half robot or something, who knows?
half robot, half pat.
Half robot, half pat.
The little bit cat.
Yeah.
It's black and white.
Yeah, it's got a cat who sits on the shoulder as he delivers post every day.
See, if he really wanted to up his game, he'd have like a robotic parrot.
Yeah, but then he'd kind of take away from the fact that he's got a cat. He wants to be different. Everybody wants a robotic parrot. It's quite a common thing to go for.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. EGB, they got themselves a 7, and gotta say, for a team who are supposedly top of the league, in regards to, was it G2A or EGB? I can't even remember now.
What?
One of these teams was top of the league in the Staff Cup. I don't remember which one it was.
I don't remember even being told this piece of information.
Someone told us earlier on, one of these teams is, gotta say, if it's EGB, you're doing good. If it's G2A.
EG2A.
EG2A. B. They've had a merger, guys. They're joining up. They've just come under one roof now. One site.
Do you want to bet on games you can buy? Come to EG2A.
Because you know for sure who's going to win.
You know for sure that we're cheap as duck.
It's all about the slogans. Big fans of the slogans, of course. We love our guys over at G2A and EGB, don't we, Tom?
I want my own slogan. It's just like,
Come up with one of them. You've got to come up. If you want a slogan, you've got to come up with it.
if you've got no hair and you don't care, I'm the caster who's there.
Well, that's been said. Yeah, I can live with that. G2A and EGB, they have their relevant marketing teams who spent years perfecting the right slogan and the right advert. And
I did it in 30 seconds.
yeah, you did it in 30 seconds. Good job. Maybe you've got a job at G2A waiting for you right here.
My degree in marketing is being put to good use.
Yep. Because esports utilises degrees. It's pretty useful nowadays. Hindu, going to be there with the M4 to do some damage. Going to be looking for a frag. Will actually spray on through the smoke. Won't actually be able to do too much. Only a smattering of damage on towards Tatic. As EGB are going to be looking to just steamroll over their opposition at this point. A 7-2 score, and that is by all means a pretty bleak affair. Hindu is going to go for a bit of a peek. Manages to make it work this time around, finally dropping Tatic, who he previously did tag on down through the smoke. As he retreats back towards the site, forcing EGB to be a little bit more slower, as they won't be able to force a trade back into their favour.
Yeah, G2A have got themselves a man advantage for the first time in a little while. EGB already with 7 rounds on the T side of this map. I do have to wonder whether the strategy will be there to actually hold down the CT side. So maybe we will see a T-sided overpass, at least in this iteration. The poles looking a little bit static.
Good flash.
A nice flash to just cover off the butt of his teammate Hindu. If he does that again, he'll kill his teammate. But this time he actually manages to get it in the right direction. Hindu will in fact find Pinky, who's been an absolute force in this game so far, and I think Rathalos needs to get himself back on the P90 so that he can step back up.
Hey, Rathalos was an absolute beast when he had the P90. It's almost as if he's just been enjoying the sleeping life.
It was unfair otherwise.
Yeah, if he actually tries to play with the AK, it's not fair on G2A. We had to kind of implement a bit of a handicap system just to make sure that everything is on a fair game.
Here we go. He did the 1 versus 2 when they both had 10 HP and they had the wrong person defusing the bomb. But now, with 5 seconds left and 4 people to find, I believe.
He's just going to teleport around the map and one-tap them all.
Did he download those UK cheats?
He did. Yes. Can confirm.
Off of
Platinum.
www.csgocheats.com.
Platinum Cheats is apparently the thing nowadays. It's been uncovered as like the kind of the cheat provider for the UK. Learn something new every day.
Speaking from experience, of course.
Yeah, reading articles, man. Serious business.
It was tough for you to get to that MG2 level.
Oh man, it was so tough. Grinded many and many years. Put
Put
blood,
lots
sweat,
of money into those
blood,
cheats.
sweat and tears into that. It's getting that rank. Because playing my one game on matchmaking it means everything to me.
It should do. Matchmaking is...
Nah, it's all about ESC and face it.
important.
Let's be realistic. Sliding on over that though.
Ah, you should have said face it. It's all about ESCA. Much better joke.
Yeah, but when has comedy ever been a strong point? It's kind of just a playoff, isn't
We
it?
noticed.
Yeah, everyone noticed, right? It's just it's non-existent. My life is just a joke.
He's on the Mac 10, so he's gone middle ground. It was like, it's too unfair him being on the P90. It's not fair enough him being on the AK. So middle ground, Mac 10.
Good opportunity. But Picky is going to be holding the angle. He's almost an angle that you said you learnt from the Baltic scenes. Maybe he can do something like similar to them.
That's not the angle.
But in fact, it's not going to work. It's going to be a complete
angle
failure.
to his right here.
Doesn't
you
matter.
can stand on the back.
It doesn't.
Don't quote me wrong, or you'll get corrected.
I don't think anybody actually...
I didn't
Actually
first see
cares.
that spot in the Baltics. I first saw that.
This is such a
tactic on
ballsy plant
matchmaking.
spot. How is he getting away with that? Like, just planting completely wide open, even though there is a stack
Well,
taking
he's not
place
the
up
brain,
towards
he's
heaven.
Pinky, so he's sun's out, Corgi's out.
Free. Now 1 versus 3 on the cards. Rathalos has fallen, so there's always potential for him to make this one work, as he will go for a shot while flashed. That leads absolutely nowhere. Let's go for a couple more
What
follow-up.
he's shooting at. Doesn't like that wall.
Yeah, he's just got a real big problem with that wall. It's kind of caused him a lot of problems. Delayed his workday. Inevitably.
Pinky and the brain.
Well, 8-3. G2A, they found themselves 2 rounds, kind of in that middle portion. But we are seeing EGB back on the board. There is one thing that can be mentioned. EGB could find themselves being completely reset in terms of economy. Do you think that's going to happen?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I see the thing I wonder is you see PickU. He's changed his name to that because nobody picks him.
Yeah, he's also the last pick in the kind of the 10-man roster where they just play as friends. It's pretty upsetting.
Well, he's 1-8 at the moment. And people 8 to play with him.
Yeah. Hindu going to find himself a frag. Will eventually be traded out. As Tactic going to be able to do the work free to find another in return. So it is a bit of a training game at this point. Not favouring EGB, who apparently need to work on their arithmetic skills. So it is a 3 versus 4 scenario. But they're still going to be looking to push up on towards this beast like Cuddly. Really looking to get up close and personal and breach the personal space of his oppositions.
Well, Rathalos has just walked straight past him.
Yeah, Rathalos is just, he's outgamed him so hard.
Running AK spray. That's how it's done. That's the tactical basis that you have to play off right there. The bomb rotating in could actually be caught out by the 3 players currently in connector. Like, obviously,
They're too busy looking at each other.
The most common play is the connector stack on overpass, because not only do you want to not have control of either bomb site, but you want to be in a middle position for rotation purposes. Either way, the bomb is going to be going down towards that B site. Free will die and be set free into the wind. Either way, it is going to be PickU, who is yet to really do too much in this game. Throwing out a flashbang. Will in fact do nothing, but Raf has just picked up 2, and well, PickU takes a little bit of time to actually realise that the round is over, but they will get a 4th round on the board.
So an opportunity for G2A to really start making this CT side account. It did feel like that their kind of next level strategy of stacking to connector was somewhat overshadowed by the constant rotation between 3 players they were doing up and down those stairs. Maybe just trying to relive the best possible moments of kind of just getting some exercise as they hop on up and down. Either way, 4-8 scoreline. An opportunity really, as we mentioned, for G2A to climb back into this one and play for that 7th scoreline. Still a couple more rounds to go just yet, and they still haven't managed to break EGB in any way, shape or form. So they do have to really hope they can pull off a similar retake, or better yet, deny that pom-pom.
Aggressive peek from Free. And Hindu, in fact. And Hindu will bear the brunt, and so will Free just moments later. Quick couple of kills for the T side, and looking like maybe the G2A side will be the ones getting that reset coming in shortly. We do have Cuddly on the site looking to hug them down to just 2 players, but it doesn't work out. Quick cut back. PicU has found Pinky, but it's Tatic in this round stepping up big. And he has found 3 kills. Make it a 4th. And he ends any sort of streak that was built up by G2A and ends their economy too.
Well, it does mean that we are kind of looking towards G2A at this point and going, well, what is your game plan here? You can buy, you could risk it and just kind of...
You can buy games at g2a.com.
I was trying to think of a discount code. There's loads of discount codes, like a 5% and 3%.
Type in flakes for nothing to happen.
Yep. I'm sure CSL TV works, right? 3%.
You'd hope.
I'd hope. I think it's that. Who knows? Starlet, try it. Someone will tell you.
Just keep typing words in. Something will work eventually. If it doesn't, eventually just type like Tim the Tap Man. That'll probably do the job.
There's usually like quite a lot of streamers. You just type in their names and hope for the best. I'm sure Shroud works as well. Of course, it will be H dropping things up. Posthuman to find himself another, and dropping these pistols like flies seems like the coupon code is swaying in the favour of EGB.
Yeah, already will be Raph to get 1 kill with the dongle. But it's looking like the trades are coming back in at the moment. The bomb peeking.
This is beautiful play coming in from PicU. Landing every single shot with the pistol. Immaculate stuff. He's quite literally going to be the next Nico. And overall, I'm very, very impressed.
He's going to be the next Nico if Nico decides to have his arms amputated.
Yeah.
And starts playing with his nose.
That's a pretty damn skill in itself.
I think Nico could still do better.
I would give huge props to anyone who can do that. I think there actually was someone who had a disability of some variety and was playing with his arms, and it was amazing. So
wait, what?
There is actually a genuine possibility. Yeah.
He was playing with his arms.
I'll show you. I'll show you after the stream.
But everybody plays.
Oh yeah, I'll have to explain it to you after the stream. It's complicated. Has a disability, no hands. No.
But that's the bit you're supposed to add in.
Yeah, but it's kind of complicated to explain on a stream.
Everybody plays with their arms.
Arms is more than just one body part, Tom.
Yeah, no, it normally includes the hands.
No, he's a legend, by the way. He's actually pretty good at the game.
I'd rather see someone play with their corgis, to be honest.
Well, we all know what you'd like to get up to at night. It's going to be a quick mowdown coming in from G2A. They make it to 5, as we just gloss on past. As it is going to be a 10-5 score.
5 is actually another pop band.
Well, if they're another pop band, do you know what you should do, Tom? Give us a song.
I actually don't know any songs by 5.
Then why would you say that? Why
I just know that they're a group called 5. Steps are much better though, and the Backstreet Boys are still the best.
I think the Backstreet Boys are pretty relevant. I remember one song. I don't even remember the name of it, but I remember hearing one song a couple of weeks back, and it was pretty good. I remember Paul pointing it out to me as well. It's kind of the subtle under.
You don't remember the song?
I don't remember the song though.
Everybody.
Now I remember it. Yeah, I have bad memory.
Oh my God, they're back again.
It's a great song. I do remember it. I don't have the. Don't you have the thing where you try and recall a song and it just disappears?
Not when it's the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Backstreet Boys are not just a group; they're a way of life.
How did I hear you comment something like that? It's just like Counter-Strike, right? Counter-Strike is not just a game.
No, it's just a game, to be honest.
It's a meaning of life. It's a profession.
I prefer Hearthstone. That game I've never played.
Yeah, that game you've never installed, never played somehow.
You don't know that I don't have it installed. I have 100 and something odd games installed on my PC that I have not played.
Either way, I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to us, so what we will do is switch back to this one. It's going to be free to open things up.
They still have to listen to us.
Yeah, but I mean, they can blind us out. They can block it out. We'll just focus on the game.
Raph starting things off with a little bit of help from Cuddly. Looking at the man himself, Pinky, and Postman to bring this one back. And speak of the devil, he shall appear. Pinky finding himself a couple. H has got one back in the meantime. The kit has been dropped, but Pinky still coming in as the flank. Somehow not being spotted at all. H will go for the peak, but it's Raph to challenge a 3-on-3. And Pinky's just going straight for the defuse. I don't think he's going to get this one, but he may get the kill. Coming very, very close. And he will.
Fortunately. I wonder if time is going to be on his side. It is ticking on pretty quickly now.
I think he's got it, yeah.
I think he's actually got it. Very, very close.
It would be funny if he looked away from the bomb.
It would be.
I always find it weird when people do that, because there is a small chance you knock your mouse and you look away from the bomb.
Huge mistakes could be made, and, well...
In this game, it's pretty much a norm.
Yeah, it's pretty standard at this point, isn't it? It's in a bit of experience for us, isn't it? We get to experience something different. We've watched different levels of Counter-Strike over the past couple of weeks.
Not to play CS. Don't throw nades at yourself.
Yeah, I hear that's a pretty good
New
tip.
tactic for Fnatic. Please don't throw nades at yourself. Envy, come on, you gotta learn this one.
Hey, at least they've won something now. They've
Rush
won.
B with a P90.
Hey, Envy
Well,
won
that's the
Gfinity.
point.
That's
I'm not
what he is.
taking the mick out of Envy. I'm saying they don't need to ever see anything like this ever.
Maybe this is the rehabilitation program to make casters good at Counter-Strike. It's always a bit of a running trend. Casters don't tend to be too good. So maybe this is all just a ploy.
Up next, we're going to cast and play Dota 2 instead.
Oh, I mean, we won't have a job in Counter-Strike anymore, will we? After this, so.
Do we even have a job in Counter-Strike now?
Tough question.
It's getting pretty close.
G2A, 5 rounds. EGB on 12.
I think I might apply for a job at EGB.
What, and play for the Counter-Strike team?
UKCS makes a comeback, boys. Rattlesnake, eat your heart out.
Still. Looking towards the
Easy
utility
skins.
usage. Seeing, of course, you say easy skins. I'm actually genuinely surprised that we're watching 2 companies that are involved with skins. And a lot of these players don't actually have skins.
Yeah.
I'm generally kind of surprised. G2A, where's your knives at?
The skins have, they've taken a hit recently.
Yeah.
They're not so easy anymore.
Yeah.
Henry G2K15.
Pick you. Gonna spam on away. And we'll find himself a couple of trays back to back. Aided, of course, by Tatic, who's going to be insulting him as he finds himself a double kill. And H, well, he's just not closing out with an SMG spray down in a bit of a almost hilarity ensuing fashion as the EGB. They hit themselves to 13. And Tom, I've got to ask you, we've been pretty off topic. We've kind of strayed over a lot of these rounds.
We?
I would never have noticed if we've been off topic at all in any way, shape or form. What would you say is one word that describes this matchup so far? PG-13, I feel like I have to point out, just to be clear.
Tragic.
Tragic, okay. I was expecting more tragedy, would kind of fit with the theme more, but...
I don't know why you'd say something like that. Steps need to be taken.
Yeah, steps do need to be taken for G2A to get their way back into things.
I'm hoping that G2A will get to 7, and then they can be part of the S Club 7 club.
Well, so far so good. Free will find himself a frag with the Glock. Tatic
Glock.
still able to find himself one, and EGB... This is, looking pretty good for them.
Go on, Pat.
Just needs to pull the trigger at this point. Anytime now, Pat. You've got this. This is your moment in Counter-Strike. Going to go absolutely huge. Finds himself a frag. Tries to take it one step further. Raffles there to aid him.
Gets a frag.
Don't take his moment away from him. The poor guy. Rafflos went absolutely huge in that round. He is a monster, an absolute beast in the making. 7-2 in the second half. Eat your heart out, ladies and gents.
You should join FaZe. They're another European team.
Yeah. Called it. Rafflos to join FaZe next year.
Who are they taking out?
They'll drop everyone and pick up EGB.
If you had to name one player, who are they taking out?
I don't know. That's a tough one, actually.
Ah,
Generally a
see,
pretty tough one.
he's got no corgis.
No, I've got no corgis, sorry. It's just all about lacking. I actually think FaZe they got some interesting problems with their roster, but a lot of talent.
Oh,
Tatic. Going to be doing his job, finding himself 2 picks respectively. Hindu will respond with a frag on towards Rathalos, but Tatic going to step up once again and find himself a triple kill. Now looking to take it one step further, playing for the quad kills. He's going to be looking to hunt down the cranium of Hindu, just going to be peeking ever so patiently around the corner. The flash will be very, very smart, but can he still hit the shot? The answer is going to be no. He misses the first, goes for the second, and picks up the quad kill.
Do you know what's a really good strategy in Counter-Strike?
What?
Re-peeking the same ult 4 times.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
And it normally ends up with you winning the round.
Usually. And, well, considering the fact that EGB are now at 14, if they win the next one, basic arithmetic will tell you that it is serious point.
You sure?
So far, so good.
You don't need your calculator for that.
I've got my calculator right in front of me. Didn't you see it? It's right here.
That's a table.
Yeah. I'm actually insane as well, sorry.
Okay, good. Just thought that we'd confirm that to the viewer.
Yeah.
I think they need to redo that playground a little bit. Like,
I think it's a great playground. What is the problem with the playground?
Well, it's just got flowers on it. There's not actually much to do. There's like a slide and...
It's just like
Oh, no, the ace, the whiff! Oh, he actually hits the no-scope!
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame.
But that would have won them the major final right there.
Yeah, that would have... Yeah, but then... no. Just no, Tom.
They're close.
They are close.
They're almost at the level.
Almost. Just couple days away. Couple
Hey,
of
if
scrims.
Splice can get to a major, maybe these guys can.
Ooh, shots being fired. Cuddly, still in a 1 versus 2. He's got himself 15 HP. Going to be trying to make this one work. So he will be looking towards the angle.
I like
H
the
is
new
beckoning
Splice.
from. The new Splice is it's interesting. We don't really get to see it too
got a
much
bit
yet.
of
As Cuddly
spice.
is going to find himself potentially a frag, but unfortunately H is still too quick on the trigger to knock him down. And the defuse is going to roll on him, being found by the man himself, Pinky. As EGB now are on serious point. And, well, thank you, EGB. You're putting this one out nice and quickly. It's been a bit of an interesting matchup. Lots of exciting nades, exciting moments overall. Tom
Yeah.
is really enthralled with how things have gone.
I'm so excited, I'm almost lost for words.
You quite literally are lost for words. That's just how impressive things have been. Of course, we took the whole professional vibe and flipped it well and truly on its head, because who needs to be on topic when the actual definition of being on topic is being off topic?
No, I don't think you understand what definitions are. You need to buy yourself a dictionary.
I don't think you quite catch sarcasm, but you know what? We can gloss over that one because, explaining that one to you,
Rathalos.
we just don't have the time, because Rathalos is going absolutely huge again, finds himself a frag on towards Cuddly. Certainly going to be...
But they have got rid of Pinky, and they've got rid of H. Steps will lose one of their 4 or 5 members. Don't actually remember the other members of the group. There's 2 blondes in it. There you go, that helps. Either way, the position up close and personal, not going to pay off. The postman will be blinded. And Hindu continues his push. This leaves just Tatic and Rathalos. Rathalos, Clutch Meister, king of the clutch. We look at the combination of Rain and Neo.
Hang on. Did we just see the Zeus effect coming out from AWP?
Yes, we did. That's still a glitch, isn't it? If you switch between a Zeus and
Yeah,
an
but
Orb.
he didn't have one.
How do you know?
Pretty sure he didn't have one.
He's got magical powers. He's a wizard.
Wow, please.
You're a
I
wizard,
beg.
Harry.
Can we... I mean, maybe it brings a whole new meaning to why Lightning Strike Orps have been selling out like rapid fire.
That would be kind of cool if they did that. But then again, it would get to a point that'd be a little bit silly. Because then you've got the water elemental, the fire.
I've got one word to tell to you. Revolver.
Redingo. Yeah, but that doesn't have... I suppose you could have Fade.
I was more just getting on point the fact you were saying things don't quite get silly in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, but that would be a point where you just couldn't see anything. Because if you shot every bullet of the fire elemental and fire came out, you've got like all the acid weapons as well. Toxic.
Nothing wrong with shooting a bit of acid. Or toxic,
We'll see. Either way, Rathalos up close, finds himself the first frag. Has been much better in this second match. Hindu, AWP will be dead in seconds. Going for a second peek. Tatic not able to combine both, but will do himself a little bit of extra. Either way, Human, Mr. Post, is on the site, but unfortunately they're going for the rotation, so it looks like it is going to be down to H. Trying to bring this one back into contention. The first person in will be free. Running across. Going to get tagged. Not actually taking any notice of it. And EGB dominate. G2A. They may be cheap as duck, but they have not won this one.
It quite literally brings a whole new meaning to, for sure who's going to win. Because EGB, they knew right
Not
from the
G2A.
get-go.
It's not going to be G2A, guys. They are not going to win. Either way, that is it. I'm not sure you're expecting too much analysis from this point because it has been a bit of a sarcasm-fueled
It's been an interesting one. I'd say this has certainly been a bit of a first.
Yeah, either way, thank you very much for watching. We will be back in a little bit with hopefully some proper Counter-Strike. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you with WSG in a bit.